I saw this video. I saw this video a while ago, and I thought it was interesting. I mean, the brother had some good talking points, but I felt like he was not being fair on both sides. So I decided to go over it point by point and then give my 2 cents on it.
See, there's this saying that they normally say here. They say abroad is like a secret court that you cannot know anything about it until you come in. That saying is very true. You see, no one prepares you about what you are going to face when you relocate, when you leave Africa and come abroad. No one prepares you. It's either they have too many information or they have half information or they even have no information at all. Some of our uncles, our friends that are living here, when they want to tell us about relocating to the Western world, they always don't tell us everything about it.
Uh, in my experience, no matter what someone tells you about where you're traveling to, it's you eventually have to draw your own conclusions from your experience. So another person cannot tell you 100% how it is across the sea in another man's land. No, everyone goes through different experiences. So yeah, you might get all the information in the world. You might get all the tips, the do's and don'ts. They help. Don't get me wrong. They do help. It helps to have someone put you through and tell you what to do. But you have to um, draw your own conclusions from your own experiences.
Have either they have half truths or they do not really want to tell us anything. Maybe till we come. And I don't know why. No one's prepared you for what is happening here. Now, I nearly, I nearly started owing two countries. I left Africa. I was owing money in Africa. I left Africa in order to come here, make money, and then pay back my money that I'm owing in Africa, in Nigeria. But I almost ended owing here too. That is, I am now owing two countries. Nobody tells you about debt. Nobody tells you about debt, how almost everybody here are in debt. The debt situation here is very high that almost everyone, I'm not saying everyone, but almost everyone is living paycheck to paycheck. Like everyone is waiting for his next salary. And if that salary doesn't come, it's a problem. Many people are working back to back to back, like working 70 hours a week, working 80 hours a week. Now, when you talk about working 80 hours, a
Okay.
typical night.
On the topic of working 70 to 80 hours a week, it's not compulsory. That's a choice. And it's mostly common when you're working shifts, when your job has to do with hourly, you're getting paid hourly wages, and you have to clock in, and you're looking for overtime and stuff. That's when you work crazy hours like that. Uh, yeah. Even in the medical field, as a doctor or nurse, you can do 80 hours a week. But if you're in a different if you're in a different profession, like I'm an architectural designer, I only work 40 hours a week, Monday to Friday. So I don't. But I've been in places where I had to do 80 hours a week. No, I never did 80 hours a week. I never did 80 hours a week. The maximum I did in a week was 68 hours. Yeah, I remember. That was like 5 6 years ago. The max I did was no, like 7 years ago. I was in school then. I went to college in Russia. So during the summer, I would come for an internship program in Chicago, and the internship wasn't paying, but they would fly me out, get my ticket and all. They weren't paying, so I would get a different job on the side to compensate for my time. So, but I wasn't doing 80 hours a week. I was only doing. I wanted to do more hours, but they didn't have enough hours for me. And I did 68 hours for 6 days. Sundays were off. I would do Saturdays sometimes, and I was doing like 10 hours a day. I was working second shift, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And sometimes I get off at 12 or 1, depending on how much of work they had to do, or if the machines don't break down. Yeah. So doing 80 hours a week, it's a choice. It's not. No one forces on you. The standard work time. I'm in the U.S. I'm in Texas. The standard work time for everyone is 40 hours a week. Once you've crossed 40 hours, everything becomes overtime.
Nigerian man that is hustling in Lagos will tell you, that waiting be 70 hours. If they pay me per hour, I feel work 1 million hours.
This part
So
is
far,
true.
say they pay me.
Yeah.
But there's something Maslow talk about in his hierarchy of need. When you are at a survivor stage in your life, you will think that you will love to do everything. But with time, your need will change from survivor and you start needing other things. And that is when you start getting depressed. That is when you start seeing that, see, oh, I don't love what I am doing. Let me give you an instance. You might be a project manager in Lagos and you are working 80 hours a week in Lagos. You might be more satisfied, even though you earn less money, than when you are a warehouse worker in Canada. You're a warehouse worker, you work 70 hours, you break your bones, your waist no longer stand, you no longer feel erection, you are always, you are always having pains, you are no longer walking like a woman
Definitely.
being. The first job I got when
Pains,
I
erection.
when I came here was a warehouse
Oh
job.
no.
Man, this warehouse job, God, I will not wish it on my worst enemy. I'm not saying warehouse job. I say this one that I got, the first one that I got. They were always shouting in the warehouse, move it. Why are you lazing about? Move it. God, see,
Oh, I think he's in the UK. And the reason why I say that is I can see I can see the red car. The license plate on the car is not like those of the US. And that's not Canada. So that should be the UK.
I just remembered modern day slavery. Like, the only thing remaining was for someone to put a chain in my neck. I was moving as someone was saying,
Yeah,
fucking move it.
exactly.
Like, no one prepares you for
At
what it
all.
takes. Sometimes, when I get home, I am tired. I am so tired that I will lie down. The next day, I get up, start preparing. start preparing, and I go out again. To come back again, tired, wake up, start preparing. Now, the money will come, good. And when the money comes, the first thing is there's so many bills to pay. Now, when I talk about bills, I don't want to discourage anybody because many people will be telling you there is gas bill, there is this thing. See, I was living in a
Yeah, I agree with this part. There's a whole lot of bills to pay, and it's recurring bills, meaning you pay it every month. But I would tell anyone that says they want to jackpot, if you feel like you want to jackpot, you have the means to jackpot, please do. I don't get why people come online and say, "Hey, don't do this. Don't travel abroad. It's difficult. Yes, it's difficult. It's not easy. This is not your father's house. But if you feel like, okay, I can do this, I will survive. By all means, do. Go get your paperwork together. Apply for the visa. If you get it, you buy the ticket. You go. If you when you relocate and it's too much for you, you can always go back. And people in Nigeria will be like, if you can't make it, come back, let another person go. Like that is so conversation for another day. As if when you go to the embassy, say, okay, this person A returned. Can I get the visa that person A had and let me go? It makes no sense. But hey, whatever floats your boat.
shared apartment, so I'm not paying anything. Gas bill is a is an accommodation. Everything is inside. So if I pay my rent, the money, I have paid everything. I'm not paying any other thing. It comes with a full package. So I'm not going to be lying to you or trying to discourage you because I want you to come. If it is possible, I will encourage you to, if you have the means, you can come.
I
Because when
encourage you
you
to.
do not come, like when I was in Nigeria, even though I have a farm, many people in US, in Canada, in the United Kingdom, in other parts of Europe, normally reach out to me. See, I'm planning on retiring back to farm. How? See, I'm planning on leaving this place to come back. And I will be like, these people are not serious. If I see opportunity, I for like they where you dey. So if you do not come and test it, you will not understand what I'm saying. So I will tell you to come. Nobody prepares you for the suffering. There is a kitchen porter work I went and did. And these people, they sabi give name.
This aspect of suffering is not for everybody. You can come in and not suffer. You can come in and go through stuff. It's not for everybody. It's a game of chance and opportunity. If you come from money and you can situate yourself faster, you will not suffer. If you have people who can welcome you and help you through your transitioning stage, you will not suffer. You suffer when you don't have money, you don't have people, because people are resources as well. So you suffer when you don't have neither money nor family or friends to help you transition to the point you need to be. That's when you suffer. So it's not for everybody. It's not a rite of passage. Everyone that comes abroad will suffer. No, that's not how it works.
They sabi give name to their work. They will make the work sound so sweet. Kitchen pot, I mean washing plate. Oh, there's this job I got to go and wash plate. Oh, Chineke. I stood for 12 hours. My waist almost entered my stomach. Look at me, an old man. Not be 40 years I dey go like this.
You're
I
not that
wash
old.
plate sete all my body dey show me shege. What? What? They will give you only 30-minute break. And that 30 minutes is on timing. You still come back and you keep on doing this. So imagine
Yeah,
standing for
and
12
you work
hours
shifts.
and you have to do it 6 times a week. Some people will even finish standing for that 12 hours and still drive and go to warehouse to continue work for another 8 hours. So the question is, why are people doing this? Some of them will lie to you that there is bills. There is plenty bills that they have to pay. that if they don't pay that bill, they have to work that long in order to pay bill. I nearly entered into that trap, but thank God that Africa prepared me. Famine have already prepared me, and I couldn't just join that trap. Now,
It's not just bills. Having to pay bills make you work that much time in factories, warehouses, and all these places. Another factor that contributes to the long hours is the pay. In the U.S., you can get a warehouse job of a factory job for like between $12 an hour to 16, 17. I don't know how much it is now. So if you calculate your your um your hourly wages for 40 hours, it might not be enough for you for the week to cover your bills or to cover the expenses you have, like plus like the expenses you have on top of your natural bills, because there are bills you have to pay regardless, no matter how small or big. Once you start living your life, certain bills will wait for you, like rent, utilities, food, um, cell phone bills. Some people pick phones, cell phone bills, and I think, yeah, transportation. If you don't have a car, you get like a bus pass. You pay that every month. If you have a car, you of course you buy gas. You buy insurance. So whatever it is you need to make your life comfortable, you pay for that every month, every single month. So another way to get more money is to do overtime, because overtime is time and half. So you get more money if you do overtime. That's why people do they do 80 hours, 70 hours. Anything you do over 40 hours is overtime. And if you work on Sunday and holidays, I think that's double time. Yeah. So it's just more money when you work overtime, and you pay more taxes too. But usually your pay is higher.
let me tell you, one of the reasons why they tell you abroad is a court, it's only when you come in you will know is that people have messed up themselves with debt in this country. Whatever happened to the principle of frugality? Many people living abroad do not practice frugality because of village pride. Imagine someone that could not afford to drive a brand new car before.
Uh,
In Nigeria, he could drive his second-hand car, Corolla. When he comes abroad, because he can afford this car on credit, he will go and collect a car on credit to be paying small small. The first thing they do when we come abroad, because I am part of the abroad people now. Choose for me now. I be abroadian, village boy from Nasarawa
Congratulations.
is now in the abroad. So I'm part of the abroad people. So the first thing we do, abroad people, when we come is that we run faster than our shadow. Abroad that have been here for 2,000 years.
Not everybody, a few, not everybody.
You just come, you want to come and pack all the dollar, pack all the pounds, pack all the euros. You want to pack all the money. You
Yeah.
feel that by packing shift and being fast forward that you will make it, not knowing that this place is a trap. They enter, that is where that information overload I talk about at the beginning of the video starts. They start building what they call credit score. Someone is not yet sure about whether he's going to stay in this country. He's not yet sure about his visa. Immediately he enter, he will tell you he's trying to build a credit score that he want to use and buy house. And when you hear back,
Now, see, there's a whole lot of negativity surrounding credit. I have a feeling he's not a fan of credit. So there's a whole lot of negativity surrounding credit. And before he says what he's about to say, what I can say is credit can make or break you depending on how you use it. Cash is king, credit is power. If you have your cash, kudos to you. You can get what you want. But if you have good credit, if you have good credit, you can get lower interest rates on mortgages. Some employers run background check, and if you have bad credit, you won't get a job. Some do. Yeah, I've heard of different situations. And if you want to rent an apartment or a house, if you want to rent, your landlord will run a credit for you on you. And if you have bad credit, chances are they may not rent the place out to you. So trying to build credit is not bad. I don't see it as a negative thing. The only problem I have with it is you have to discipline yourself not to abuse whatever line of credit they give you. Your credit history shows okay, this person is credit worthy. While your line of credit, if it's a credit card, for instance, the bank gives you the bank gives you a certain amount of money, let's say $10,000. The bank gives you $10,000 on your card and say, hey, we'll give you $10,000. um you can spend as much as you want and pay it off every month, but it is generally advised to spend less than 30% of whatever amount they give you, and when you use it you pay it off the next month. Don't carry a balance over to the next month, because the more you carry a balance, the more you pay in interest, and over time the interest will become high. But if you pay it off fast enough every month, it's just like cash advance. But instead of you using your money now, you use the bank's money and pay it off later. It's still money you will spend. You pay it off later. But let's let him finish.
Buy house, you'll be thinking he have a plan to pay cash for house. He will tell you no, that is a credit score he want to use to mortgage house. He want to mortgage house that he will pay for in 30 years. Now, wetin him go do? Since he want to mortgage house that he will pay for in 30 years, he will now start to build credit score in order to afford to collect credit in future. The first thing he will do is to lie to himself. He will lie to himself that my phone is no longer good. My phone is not built for this weather. So I need to get a new phone. My phone cannot access everything in this place. Someone that normally, if he goes to buy a phone, when he was in Africa, he will find a Techno phone and buy. He will find an Infinix phone and buy. But when he comes here, because it is on credit, he will first of all go and collect an iPhone 16 Pro Max. He will collect an iPhone 16 Pro Max. The biggest phone.
Okay. You don't use your credit score to mortgage the house. Once you need to have employment. You need to have a down payment to get mortgage. The credit score, it just helps whoever is loaning you the money to see that okay, this person is responsible. It shows them how well you manage your finances and how well you manage using the bank's money. That's all it does. That's what it's called. It shows the bank, hey, this person, I can loan this person this money and they'll pay me back. They won't miss any payments. They won't stop making payments. Like it just shows how well you manage credit. It's not when you have credit score, voila, you go buy a car. No, that's not how it works. It's just it's a number that reflects your payment history. He has some great talking points, but I think it's a little bit biased. So you can go watch the rest of his video. He does have insightful things to say, and I'm lucky to have come across his page, and I will go through other contents of his and see what he's saying. But I find him interesting. I would uh I would leave the link to his original video so you can go watch it.